Hey there, welcome back to another episode of The High Techman. I'm your High Techman. I am Ken Chan, and in my last episode, I talked about how to format a thumb drive using gparted. Now that we have this empty thumb drive, I want to put a Linux distro on it. So, what I'm going to use to do that is a little number called UNetbootin. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get this UNetbootin going. We're going to open up a terminal. Sudo apt get install. UNetbootin, UNetbootin. Okay, and I don't actually have this on here, on this particular Linux Mint right now, at this moment, on this partition. So, we put in our password. So it's going to do this crap. And we say, yep. And then it does this stuff. Wow. Thrilling. Okay, so it does all this thrilling stuff. Now we don't want to, this is the Cairo dock coming into play. We don't want to launch that just yet. We're going to go ahead and close this. And I'm going to show you another way to get it. Okay, and of course we all know the good old we're going to go to the store here and we're going to look in there and see what they got here. Okay, so under Software Manager, again, I hit all packages because I know what I'm looking for. UNetbootin, UNetbootin. And here it is, 376 reviews, or 255 reviews, whatever. So, and we double click this, and it opens up, and here is little thing about it. Now I just put it on just now, so I have to remove it if I want to do anything on this page. I don't want to remove it. Linux installer of Linux BSD distributions to a partition or USB drive. You can also set this to put install one of these things like to an external hard drive or something to that effect. But we're going to go ahead and not do that. We're going to put it on our thumb drive instead. So now that we have UNetbootin, we're going to find it. Okay, but first what I want to do is I want to take good old Mr. Thumb Drive here. Boop. And I want to see, before I do this, whoops, no, that's empty. See, it was empty from last episode. I didn't put anything on since then. So we open up the home folder here. I want to see if I have any ISOs in here. Nope, I got nothing. So let's get something. You can do this there's different ways you can do this. We're going to open this up here. We're going to open up our Chrome, Google Chrome, and I shut that down too early. Put in password, open the one. Okay, so now we don't want to run SoundCloud. So let's go back here. Whatever. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to say we want to get, let's say we want to download an ISO, a distro of Linux. So what do we want to get? Let's get Ubuntu. Let's say we want Ubuntu 15.4. We would just go to the page that has it, and we'd pick our distro from that. 1504.16 ISO. I prefer these to the torrents. I don't like to BitTorrent. I'm not a BitTorrent kind of guy, so I just like the disk image. So here it goes. It's doing this, and it's going to show up, and it's going to take it a good 12 minutes to download. Now, I'm not going to put this on there, but I do want to have it on there to show you where it is. So we'll come back in 10 minutes or so and we'll finish this. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's open UNetbootin. Go under all applications, go down here under U. Okay, put in password. Now this little thing comes up here. I'm not sure what this is about. I've seen this before. It doesn't mean it doesn't affect anything. Just hit OK and this will open anyway. And now let's look at this. Okay, so here's UNetbootin. It's just this little box. That's all it is. We can choose between a distribution that it has on its own database kind of thing, or we can choose disk image. Let's say disk image, and then let's look and see where we put ours. Okay, ours is in the downloads. So downloads, and here it is, Ubuntu 15.04. We don't want to do that. I don't want Ubuntu 15.04. I want this. This is actually for another computer. What this does, UNetbootin, is it kind of like feels out your computer and it gives suggestions, I'll show you here, as to which distros you want to put on your machine. So if you have an older machine, it's going to recommend older versions of the distros. So let's cancel this out. Let's go up here to distribution and look. You have Arch Linux, Backtrack, CentOS, Clonezilla, DAM, Small Linux, Debian, Dream Linux. He wanted to say Linux. Fedora, Gugene, Kubuntu. Okay, so there's Mint, Lubuntu, all kinds of different stuff on here. Okay, you can go and go and go and go. If I say OpenSUSE, it's going to give me a later one, versus if I put it on an older machine, I'm going to get, you know, an older version of OpenSUSE. And let's see here, let's see, Ubuntu. This goes back to 12.04. Okay, so there's that also. And this takes you up to 14.04. It doesn't have the newest one, if you see or notice, and that's, you know, I don't know how often they update this database. I'm not sure. But so what we do is we want to pick one of these here. So let's pick Kubuntu. And let's go to 12.04 Live. And this will be a 32-bit one. And it's a USB drive, and it's SDE1, which is the only option right now. It's the only thing that it sees. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to install that. And it gives you an installation complete, and you see number 4 here, installation complete reboot. That's if you want to put it on the machine that you have it on right now. So of course you have to go into your BIOS and set all that up for, you know, to have it boot from a thumb drive. We're not going to do that here. I'm putting this on here for a different machine, as I've said. So we're not going to do that. But this basically loads up here, and then I'll show you what it looks like on here. I will not make you sit through this download process. It's going to take a while, so we'll come back when it's done. Well, look at that. And it's extracting and copying files. And that shouldn't take long. Alright, you see it says installing bootloader, and that's done. What that does is that puts a bootloader onto the thumb drive for you, so you can run the program, you can run the distro, and you can install it right from the thumb drive. That's the thing that makes that happen. Select USB boot option in the BIOS menu. See what it wants to do? It wants to put it on this computer right now. So it's helpful in that way. Okay, and we're done. Basically, we don't have to reboot. We're not going to do that. We're going to exit this. And there you have it. That's how you use UNetbootin to put Linux distros on your thumb drive. And there you have it. Don't forget to share and subscribe. We'll see you next time.